welcome back to the channel. This is Thomas Goes Nostalgic, and on this episode I'm opening my Hasbro Selfie Series. Alright, now when I heard Hasbro was doing real scan action figures that you can make of yourself, I knew I wanted one. And I remember there was something like this a while back in the Disney parks. I think it was with Star Wars figures. I'm not sure if it was with 3 3/4 figures, but I never got it done, so I thought, this is super cool. It was a little pricey, but I think that's okay for what you're getting. Where can you get an action figure of yourself? So I've already looked at it. I think mine looks pretty good. So just pulling it out of the sleeve, they come in this nice graphic box, and there's my figure. So I got mine on a G.I. Joe Classified. I don't have any G.I. Joe Classifieds. However, I did buy one villain to go with myself. But I figured I'd get a character that I don't have, so I got myself on the Snake Eyes body. And looking at the face, I don't know if you can see, I'll get a closer look, but I think they did a pretty good job. So I had to do the scan multiple times to get it right. I feel like the first few times didn't look quite right, but I played around with it. I gave my skin a little darker tone. I live in Florida, so I figured giving myself a tanner complexion. I am tan most parts of the year. And then I did give myself a black beard because my beard's black, and then brown hair, which sometimes my hair looks black. It probably would look better if I just kept it all one color, but I wanted to stay true to what I have. Anyways, I think it looks pretty good. We're going to get this one out of the package and check them out. Check me out. On the Hasbro Pulse app, you just go to the Selfie Series module, and then you scan your face. You just want to make sure that you do it a few times until it's to your liking. After that, it's pretty easy. You just choose your hairstyle, hair color, and I had a beard, so I just added my beard and the color for that as well. As mentioned before, I went with the G.I. Joe Classified figure Snake Eyes because I don't have any of those figures in my collection, and I wanted something different. It comes with that nice slipcover, and the presentation's pretty nice, so if you wanted to keep this in the box, you can do so and display it fairly well. I do like that he's snug in the box, but it's a figure of myself. I need to get him out so I can display him with some of my other figures. And getting it out of the box is fairly simple. It's coming straight from the manufacturer, so there's really no tape on it. So not a big deal there. Just slips right out of the box. And then he has these little ties or rope attached, so just got to loosen that. It does come with a little tray and paper bag full of all the accessories, so we'll go through those now. This figure does come with a backpack, a small pistol, and then a slightly larger pistol. And I think these all clip to the back. And then he also comes with this knife, and I'm not sure what this extension piece is, maybe a stick of dynamite. And then the sword comes protected in this taped up cardboard, and it comes with a nice sheath that you can keep the sword in or out if you wanted to. It doesn't appear to come with any extra heads or hands, just checking inside. I didn't know if it came with a helmeted Snake Eyes head, but it doesn't look like it does. And then we just got to get him off this tray, and you'll see there's some strings on him that we have to cut off. And I do like these ties compared to the little plastic ties that we get that either go in the trash. I usually take those plastic ties and I turn them into Spider-Man web. It's really easy to do, but it's just a good way to keep them out of going in landfill. But this works just as nice. And now that I've broken out of my packaged prison, it's time to get a closer look and see how this head sculpt actually came out. And before looking at the face sculpt, just wanted to point out the cool G.I. Joe mural on the back of the figure. Cool to see all the Joes. So I'm really happy with the way that my scan came out. I really think there's a few facial features I have that are very well captured with the scan. My puffy cheeks, my nose. The eyes are a little uncanny valley, but I think everything else looks great. I love the hairstyle and the beard as well. And just getting myself suited up with some of the accessories. I got the backpack and sword attached to the back. I got my rifle in hand. I put the gun in the holster and the knife in the little case that it comes with. So pretty awesome. You can keep all the accessories on this particular figure on the body itself, which is pretty cool. And I think these scans have been a little inconsistent because I've definitely seen other people's scans where it definitely doesn't look like them. So I'm glad this one came in, and I'm glad that I'm pretty happy with it. So it even has the part in the hair, which I think is super cool. It's on the same side that I part my hair, so definitely loving that. So this is awesome. I want to see if I could take the head off and put him on some other figures. So in case you're wondering, the head comes off pretty easy, and I was able to get it back on pretty snug, so you don't have to worry about that all too much. So I'm just going to put the body off to the side,
And one of the figures that I wanted to get him on was just a regular civilian body, so I'm going to take the Hood's body. I usually have him posed up with a bunch of minifigs to make him look like an angry toy collector, but I thought it'd be cool to get my head onto this body, and that's a pretty good tail if I can get him on some other suited bodies or civilian bodies. But the ball joint looks similar. I think it'll fit, but I'm not sure, so just giving it a shot. I know some people weren't able to really get him onto other figures, and yeah, it's pretty loose on there, so if I just wanted to keep him displayed and not move him, the head wouldn't clip in, but it would still look kind of cool. So if I wanted to just be wearing some casual wear, I can keep him like that. Next up, I'll try him out on my Action Force Steel Brigade figure. I think the mechanics and the structure of those figures are similar to Hasbro's, so just seeing if this fits, and it's kind of loose. But again, if you're just going to pose the figure and not move it, it's really not that big a deal, but looks kind of cool, I think. So yeah, you can definitely play around and fudge them onto different characters' bodies. It just will be a little loose, so don't expect it to fit snug on every character. And I grabbed the first Marvel Legend that was close nearby, and it was this armored Daredevil, which the head actually fits really snug on. That's a good fit. Kind of can't see the neck all too much, but if I wanted to put my head on this body, it works. So for right now, I'll put my face back on the Snake Eyes body where I know it fits pretty well. And really the whole point of getting this action figure is so I can pose him with some of my favorites. So let's get those out and see how he looks. So I thought it'd be cool to use my Toys R Us diorama as my backdrop, as I'll always be a Toys R Us kid, but now I'm an actual toy, so that's pretty cool. And I put all of my favorite characters from all my favorite franchises. So Gambit was always my favorite X-Men, Donatello is my favorite Ninja Turtle, and Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, will always be my favorite Power Ranger. And I can't believe we just lost Jason David Frank. Huge loss in the Power Ranger community, just in general, alone. He was a father, a husband. So really sad that we lost him. But, you know, when we have these figures of people from our childhood, they're kind of immortalized on our shelf. So I will proudly display this figure always, and just really always remember the joy that that character brought me and the actor brought me as well. So is the Selfie Series worth it? I think if you mess around with the app enough and get your face sculpt just the way you want it, and it comes in actually pretty well, then yeah, it's worth it. It's a little pricey, but then you get to display yourself with your favorite characters.
And that does it with this unboxing, folks. If you like this content, hit like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notifications of when I post my next episode. Until then, we'll catch you next time.